What is up, Arrow fans? It's Tim here, and today we're going to be talking about Arrow Season 3 and what will it bring us. So, what do I mean by this? Well, you probably notice a huge difference between Season 1 and Season 2 because Season 2 was a whole lot better. Of course, it's still not over. We still have a whole lot more, just like the Birds of Prey and the Suicide Squad. And Season 2 just made a whole turnaround. They basically expanded the DC Universe to a whole. And it's really interesting to know, what are they going to do with Season 3? I mean, how are they going to make it better? What's the main story going to be? So, I have two things to mention. One is a storyline that is completely out of the blue. Like, I don't think they'll ever do this, but it'd be pretty damn awesome. So, if this were to happen, I don't think it should happen until, Season 5 or Season 4. And I would like to have a storyline where almost at least half the season is completely off, not even in the city, he gets sent to an island, or of course probably not an island because we got the flashbacks, but I was thinking like a desert. I haven't been catching up on my Green Arrow New 52 comics, but I know there's been some comics that the main plot or the main setting is actually not in it's in kind of like a desert area. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but the reason I want this is I would like a half a season, a full season even, that he's completely out of the city. He's sort of making something bad happened. Like Oliver Queen Industries gets destroyed. A huge tragedy happens that sends him away for a whole season. And I know I'm not actually joking here. We kind of notice his beard's growing on. He gains a different kind of personality. We kind of see him having to fight off that say differently. He runs out of bows. He gets better at hand-to-hand combat. We kind of see maybe a different kind of suit, Green Arrow suit, one that's a little bit more comic book related, a little bit draggier. It's heavier, looks a little bit more bulkier, not that kind of tight compressed suit. And it's basically a whole change in Green Arrow himself. And let's say he runs into a certain villain, and the whole setting could be not just an island, but but it's almost like a desert. You kind of just see him. I want them to put him to his peak, almost his peak of everything, his peak ability to freaking breathe underwater, his ability to shoot arrows, the highest point they can, to almost he's about to dying, he's just crawling on the sand and he's about to die, and then he finally gets saved. And it's just he's different. He comes back in season 5. Let's say this was season 4, for instance. He comes back in season 5 and he has the beard. His whole this personality is different, because the Green Arrow personality we have here is of course the younger Arrow. I mean, he's only been Arrow for 2 years, and this would kind of be the change between this Arrow to an Arrow that could sort of almost be in the Justice League. And I don't think that will happen in season 3. Don't think that'll happen in season 4. I don't even know what will happen in general. If it were, I would like it to be season 5, where it's he gets sent away for a whole season. Basically like I just said, but in a smaller compressed sentence. It's basically he goes away, comes back a new person, and we get to see the change. We get to see how he becomes a little bit more mature. He has a beard, different suit, maybe some new weapons like throwing knives, and maybe he gets the name Green Arrow. Just more of a change between this to a more mature Green Arrow. So, sorry to get off topic, but that probably won't happen in season 3. What will probably happen in season 3? Well, I hope we get to see a Flash crossover, because of course the Flash is also going to be starting at season 1 at the same time Arrow will be starting season 3. So our chances of seeing a crossover are probably pretty likely, and I hope they bring back the Suicide Squad. The reason I say bring back is because the Suicide Squad is of course going to be in the end of season 2, and the reason I want the Suicide Squad is because it would be a good way to bring a crossover between the Flash. And how could they do this? Well, the Suicide Squad members could also have Flash villains, such as Captain Boomerang. Or we could see, I don't know, I was going to say Gorilla Grodd, but I don't think they would do that. And you do know that, Captain Boomerang or Deadshot, they are also Flash villains, and they could easily be in the Suicide Squad and have an easy crossover. Boom, you got Green Arrow villains and the Flash villains with the TV show mixing together. That'd be pretty damn awesome. But what could they do with just Arrow-related things? Well, I hope they bring back Ra's al Ghul. The reason I say bring back, once again, because we're probably going to end up seeing him by the end of Season 2, but I'd rather see Ra's al Ghul himself, not just his daughter. Or I would not mind seeing Talia al Ghul. That would be pretty damn awesome, because she is number one assassin in, the DC universe. Okay, besides Deathstroke, who once again I think I'm also going to be mentioning for the end of Season 3. But like I was saying, Talia al Ghul, I would love to bring her in Season 3, because then, of course, they can mention Damian Wayne or Batman, which would be pretty far-fetched. Like, I don't think they'll do that, but it would be pretty awesome. So like I said with Deathstroke, of course, I'm pretty sure the season finale for Season 2 is going to have a lot to do with Deathstroke. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a boss battle, like with, boom, we got Arrow, Stephanie Samel, and, like, Deathstroke. I think they're going to fight off, but I hope they don't kill Deathstroke, because that would piss me off, because Deathstroke's a big character, definitely doesn't deserve to be killed. I mean, I think he deserves his own TV show, for Christ's sake, and I think they should bring him back in Season 3 towards the end again, and then you can kind of finish him off there, or just finish his storyline off, but don't actually end up killing him somehow. So I hope they can bring back new characters. I like the Hunters to come back. I know we're going to see the Birds of Prey, the Birds of Prey, not the Birds of Prey. And of course, I think they should bring in brand new characters, brand new villains, a brand new storyline. Such a storyline could be involving Roy Harper losing his arm, as of course we basically do know he's his sidekick already, just not the way we want him to be with the whole name and a costume. But I would not mind the whole cunning arsenal, rebellion type of storyline going on there. And then, of course, I want to see new villains. I don't know, they kind of used some of the Green Arrow villains already, but there's still tons of new villains, especially like the New 52 villains they could add. And, of course, they did mention there's going to be a big DC name drop. I wouldn't mind, LexCorp coming in. Maybe we could see a rivalry with LexCorp without really even seeing Lex Luthor. If they are going to tie into the cinematic universe, we're not going to be seeing freaking, Jesse Eisenberg and Arrow. That's not going to happen. But, maybe we could see LexCorp. I'm just blabbing on, guys. I'm sorry, but there's just so much ideas they could go with. I really hope they go with that one idea where they have a whole season of the transition between this Arrow to, the Green Arrow that could be in the Justice League. And then, of course, they can go with the Arsenal cutting off the arm. They have Deathstroke, Birds of Prey. There's so much they could do. And now it's time to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below on what do you think they should show in Arrow Season 3. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.